Yep. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Riyad Razazi with Sheikh Dawood. But sending you all our greetings for Eid. We say Eidukum Mubarak Sa'id. Kull aam wa antum bi khair. Taqabbal Allah ta'atukum wa sayra ibadatikum. عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 مبارك عيدكم 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 مبارك سعيد. We're going to do our takbirat inshallah ta'ala. You can join us with the takbirat. Today's Eid inshallah. Bismillah. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد
الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر
ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم عيدكم مبارك سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم عيدكم مبارك سعيد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم 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 سعيد عيدكم عيدكم مبارك سعيد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. So inshallah ta'ala, my brothers and sisters, Sheikh Dawood inshallah will give us a short reminder bi'idhnillah about the khutbah al-Eid, and then inshallah ta'ala we're going to pray 2 rak'ah, right? Or you already prayed? Khalas, we already prayed, he already prayed, so those who want to pray, you can tell them inshallah ta'ala, and then he will give us a short inshallah reminder bi'idhnillah. Yalla, bismillah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Eid Mubarak. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you throughout this month of Ramadan that has just passed us, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of you and your families and grant us all complete and full forgiveness. Ameen. I thought it was my daughter.
Did the social distancing.
No. Here.
There we go.
So we're going to give you a few minutes, inshallah, for those of you who have not already prayed your Eid Salah. Then please do so right now, inshallah ta'ala. For those who are wondering how to do it, very quickly, it's 2 rak'ah, and you will add an extra 6 takbirat after you say Allahu Akbar and begin. You will add an extra 6 takbirat before reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. And in the second rak'ah, when you say Allahu Akbar and come up from your sajda, you will add an extra 5 takbirat. And that's it. From the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ is that you recite Sabbih Isma Rabbika Al-A'la in the first rak'ah and Hal Ataka Hadith Al-Ghashiyah in the second rak'ah. And that's basically it. If you don't know those 2 surahs, it's perfectly fine. You can recite any surahs or any ayat of the Quran after Surah Al-Fatiha. We'll give you a few minutes, inshallah, to pray your prayer if you haven't already done so. And then we will begin the khutbah in about 5 minutes, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khair. And for those of you that are at home who have already prayed, you can continue in the takbirat. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. So while we wait for people to finish up praying their salah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I know some of you have still been asking about Zakat Al-Fitr. If you haven't already done so, after the Eid Salah itself, then it is considered a sadaqah. But if anyone wants to, contribute or hasn't already paid their fitrah, you can go online and do that, especially if you go to ICNA Relief. They've already contributed a certain amount extra to accommodate for those who do pay it late or pay it on the day of Eid, I should say. So if you want to go to the ICNA Relief website, just Google ICNA Relief Canada, and you can donate there as well. Or you can go to our masjid website, which is iknamilton.com, and you can pay your Zakat Al-Fitr there as well if you haven't already done so. And again, that is usually something that should be done before the Eid Salah. So as we wait for people to finish up, inshallah, we will begin our khutbah. I'm just, for those of you who were logged in just recently, just giving a few minutes for people to finish up their Eid prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from every single one of us. Bless you and your families. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the best of this world and the best of the hereafter. Ameen. Quick question to everyone who's live streaming, who was on from the beginning. Were you able to hear properly with the microphone? Because I want to know if I should use the microphone to live stream, or is it perfectly fine if I, don't use the microphone? You let me know, inshallah. Let me know how it was for you with the microphone. Were you able to hear clearly? Okay, Sister Rana says yes. Sister Rana, why are you on Sheikh Riyad's live stream and not mine? I'm just joking. Alhamdulillah. Scott, mashallah, jazakallahu khairan. Eid Mubarak to you and your family. Zoya, Eid Mubarak to you and your family as well. Zara, Eid Mubarak to you. Sayyid Amir Raza, Eid Mubarak. Saniha, Aziz, Sarwar, Saeed, Hayat, Taha, Eid Mubarak to all of you and your family. Muhammad, Hilmi, Khan, G, Asina. MashaAllah, I don't know how to spell that. But Eid Mubarak to you and your family as well. Wireless? It's there. You want to use it? Okay. Use for outside?
Yeah, because we are not hearing anything outside.
No, because I didn't start yet. We're giving people 5 minutes to pray.
Okay, so you are gonna be doing it from here or from there?
I'm going to probably do it from here.
So, okay, just make sure that whatever you say in the mic, so there are 2 speakers outside.
يا هلا برنا، يا هلا بزويا، زارا، شيستا، كلكم. No, you will pray on your own. You pray the Eid on your own. The Salah Eid on your own, inshallah ta'ala. يا هلا فواد، يا هلا، عيد مبارك سعيد. أزربات، عيدكم مبارك، عيدكم مبارك. All of you, light spread, عيدكم مبارك سعيد. أهلا وسهلا, all of you there. حمزة بلو عيدكم مبارك سعيد. عادل خالد، صبيحة حسن، عمر خان، عيدكم مبارك سعيد كلكم، أهلا وسهلا. سبريد عيدكم مبارك سعيد.
الله أكبر 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 لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر ولله الحمد. My brothers and sisters, on this blessed day of Eid, we begin by saying Eid Mubarak to every single one of you and your families, your friends, your relatives, all of you that are watching from all over the world. Eid Mubarak to you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of our good deeds. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to benefit from many more months of Ramadan to come in the future. Ameen. I wanted to take this opportunity, and as usual, I keep the khutbah very short on the day of Eid, less than 10 minutes, insha'Allah ta'ala. And what I wanted to begin with is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in the Quran, after the month of Ramadan, when the day of Eid begins, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us the importance of showing gratitude to Him. Gratitude for being guided to Islam, guided to what is right, guided to the truth, and having benefited from the month of Ramadan throughout this entire month, we benefited and were blessed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we ask for His forgiveness. And remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Ud'uni astajib lakum." Call upon me and I will answer you. So we should all feel and believe and trust that if we sincerely and honestly sat or stood and asked and begged Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala truly is al-afu and has forgiven us, and not only forgiven but pardoned our sins of the past. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us how to show gratitude to Him after the day of, or after the month of Ramadan. He says, وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. That we increase in our takbirat. And this is why you'll notice on the day of Eid, families are getting together wherever they are in their households and saying the takbirat out loud. And the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba radiallahu anhum would raise their voices and say the takbirat out loud. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. And by doing so, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. That we show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding us to this deen and allowing us to benefit through our praise. So the more you say takbirat and glorify and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more you're showing gratitude to Allah. In addition to this, my brothers and sisters, I would like to share with us an ayah of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhan nas, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. O you who believe, why do you say that which you don't do? And on this day of Eid, we have to remember that since we spent the whole month of Ramadan in ibadah and worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the best way that we possibly can, we have to remember that after the month of Ramadan, we should not return to do things that we said we were not going to do throughout the month of Ramadan. So all the things that are haram and all the things that we said are haram and we should stay away from and not do, or things that may not be haram but Allah is displeased with, He dislikes, we should stay away from these things, my brothers and sisters. We also need to look at the advice of the Prophet ﷺ, where he teaches us the best of deeds, the best of sadaqah is that which is done to the family. And he says, خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِ وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِ. And so the Prophet ﷺ teaches us that I am the best from amongst you to my families, right? He says the best from amongst you are those who are best to your family, and I am the best from amongst you towards my family. And so we need to be the best people that we can, especially on this day of Eid, my brothers and sisters. It's a day of happiness. It's a day of joy. It's a day of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by pleasing others, by having fun with family. And this is why we call it Eid Al-Fitr, the day of feast, the day that we celebrate, the day that we rejoice, the day that we are pleased with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. So rejoice and be happy with your families. Treat your children. My brothers and sisters, it's sad when we see that the non-Muslims are celebrating things like Halloween and their children have big bags of candies and chocolates and they get to eat from it for a month continuously. But for us as Muslims, sometimes we say, no, you can only have this one chocolate for a day and then they can't eat the rest of their Eid gifts. Let them enjoy, let them be, at ease, let them have fun on the day of Eid. And for the next few days, they sacrificed a lot throughout the month of Ramadan. Standing for children during Ramadan is not easy. Fasting for children during Ramadan is not easy. Even though it may not be compulsory for the younger ones, they still try. And so they please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in doing so. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الله أكبر 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 لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. My brothers and sisters, the month of Ramadan has passed. And now that we go back to what we call a normal schedule, or a normal lifestyle, we have to remember that the month of Ramadan was a time that we understood our limits with Allah and in terms of ibadah. And so the fact that we were able throughout the month of Ramadan and hear our own selves reciting the Quran. How many parents this year stood behind their children in Salah? How many parents stood in front of their children or in front of their spouses and led them in Salah? How many family members never thought that they could lead Taraweeh on their own, whether they were reciting from their memory or they were reciting out of the Quran, they were able to do that. And so now, push forward, my brothers and sisters, in the little bits and pieces of ibadah that you were able to do throughout the month of Ramadan. Carry that forward throughout the entire year. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show you another blessed year, another blessed month of Ramadan to come in the future where we can benefit from. So my brothers and sisters, we don't want to take up too much of our time. It's the day of Eid, the day of happiness. And we know very well that here in our community, at the Islamic Community Center of Milton, we will be having a drive-through as well. وَلِتُكَبِّرُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. To make people come to the masjid. They haven't come the whole month. The parking lot will be opened at 12 o'clock for families to drive through. Drive through, not drive, and stop. Drive through and come in and pick up some sweets for you and for your family. Pick up some goodies for your children as well. Meet and greet. Myself, Sheikh Hudayfa, Sheikh Riyad will be here, smiling at you, saying Eid Mubarak to you, rejoicing with happiness, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all together. And we invite every single one of you between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock this afternoon, inshallah, which is just in less than an hour. So after this live stream, get into your cars, come over to the Islamic Community Center of Milton here, and we will see you, inshallah ta'ala, outside. You can pick up something nice for your family. Stay within your cars, but roll down your windows and wave at us and say Eid Mubarak, and we greet every single one of you with Eid Mubarak. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of the Muslims around the world. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower His mercy and blessings all over this world. We ask Allah to take people who are suffering out of that pain and torture and difficulty and oppression. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove the oppressors from their positions. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant ease to all human beings that are suffering wherever they may be on this globe. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take people out of poverty and to grant them joy and happiness. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us medical assistance in places where it is most needed. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us a means of helping those that are suffering and struggling in different parts of the world. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. عيدكم مبارك كل عام وأنتم بخير تقبل الله منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you and your families. We look forward to seeing you here at the Islamic Community Center in 50 minutes, inshaAllah ta'ala. 50, in 1 hour, inshaAllah. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
MashaAllah, la quwwata illa billah. So my brothers and sisters, you've heard it. You've heard it. Barakallahu feekum. So this is the time to go and practice and implement. And just one last thing, inshaAllah ta'ala, my brothers and sisters, as it is today is the day of reward. It is the day of payback. Less than a minute. You can count it. Less than a minute. Today of payback, today of reward, and just want to make you even happier, inshaAllah ta'ala. One hadith of Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, reported by Bukhari and Muslim, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, in the day of judgment, there will be people who will be coming along with mountains of sins. Hadith sahih, authentic. Mountains, like myself. Mountains of sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them all. Insha'Allah ta'ala. Will forgive them all. Today is that day of forgiveness. You fasted, you made qiyam, you gave zakat, you gave sadaqah, you read Quran, you made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You stood up on the night of the power and made a lot of ibadah. Allah is adl. He is going to pay you back, inshaAllah ta'ala, and reward you, not only with forgiving your sins, but also, inshaAllah ta'ala, all of you, admitting you, and Sheikh Dawood and his family and his loved ones, admitting you to Jannat al-Firdaus through the door of, the gate of Al-Rayyan, inshaAllah ta'ala. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless all of you. Eidukum Mubarakun Sa'id. Eidukum Sa'id. Eidukum Sa'id. Eidukum Sa'id. Eidukum Mubarakun Sa'id. This is how we do it back home in Morocco. This is the Moroccan Eid Mubarak Sa'id.
One more time.
Eidukum Sa'id. Eidukum Sa'id. Eidukum Sa'id. Eidukum Mubarakun Sa'id. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. See you shortly, inshallah ta'ala, in the parking lot.
Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Allah yabarak feek. Jazakumullahu khairan. We'll see you soon outside, inshallah.